Anyway, so all right, this is Henry, right? This character you're playing. He's from a place called Skavets. His parents are dead. Also, this is like essentially what is the what today is the Czech Republic is basically where we're at. And so essentially there's a war going on. There's another guy who's a king somewhere else, and he's claiming dominion over our lands. And he captured the king, and shit's happening, right? And also, this is like actual dead ass medieval times, right? Thus the fit. You know what I mean? Like that's not for show. That's not. That is literally like we need that. You know what I mean? And as you can see, I have taken my stuff has taken a beating. Like I really need to, get something going, like with a quickness. But anyway, that's a gross oversimplification of the story. I never played the first game. I never really thought that I would enjoy a game like this, but I didn't really understand what it was. I really didn't, right? I adore Fallout and the gameplay of Fallout, right? I enjoyed 76 when I played it forever ago, and I've been thinking about picking it back up, maybe bringing it to the channel a little bit, because, like, I like survival games, generally speaking, especially, like, heavily PvE ones. But only because like I like PvP survival games like Last Oasis and shit like that shit was cool, but also that's just a different level of like game, right? Like there's a different thing, and like that takes like that's just different. So anyway, so yeah, no, we're gonna be playing through the rest of my save. I showed off a second ago when I pulled up the Steam overlay that I'm like 14 hours into the game basically. And holy shit, man, this is insane. So we're just gonna essentially pick up from here and then go forward playing, right? So yeah, no, so I gotta explain a couple things, right? In my personal playthrough so far, Henry showed up in to Trotsky to Troskowitz to try to deliver the message. Shit went south. Hans, who is apparently the dude who is our liege lord, he did some really dumb shit, right? And to be totally fair, like, I'm just saying, if we had been there, right? Like, they got jumped. Like, they got jumped. But, like, I saw the fight. And if we'd have been there, like, I'm just saying, I don't think it would have necessarily gone the same way. We may have died. We probably would have died, to be honest. That's probably fair. But I don't know, man. I think we could have whooped their. I think we could have got them. You know, like because we're trained ass knights, right? Like if we'd have had our shit on. Like I'm just saying, like we probably could have taken them. Probably would have won, right? People would have died. That sucks. But this is like dangerous ass times. Like it's dangerous just existing. Like if you exist, good luck in the Middle Ages. Oh, bro, you get isekai into the Middle Ages. You are not having a good time. I'm just saying. So like you just got to take that into account. But yeah. So we've gotten some stuff. Because here's the thing. Because of the way everything went, like, yeah, Henry did the fucking, like, oh, I'm the white knight guy. And then the bandit boss came through and was like, W boss, smacked the shit out of his boy to let the woman who was being threatened with rape go. So that was unexpectedly cool of the bandit boss, but like, Henry still was like, I'm just like, that is an L tank Hans, screw you. But also considering what happened after the fact, yeah, you know. But then here's the thing: they get saved, right? And these dudes show up to like kill us. But because the other guy that Hans beat to death had dropped a sword, I came up behind them and just absolutely rocked their shit. And so then I buried all three bodies, took all their stuff. We went into Troskowitz, and that fucking cuck ass bitch, like, I swear to fucking shit, Like, and here's the thing. I'm crashing out as hard as my Henry done fucking crashed the fuck out. Because Hans done started the dumbass chat after I'm just like, okay, whatever, I guess you're the Lord or whatever. So, like, sure, I'll do all the work. It's like 5 bags, whatever. I get most of the way done with it. This bitch is fucking arguing with the motherfucker over honor on the outside, talking about like, oh, I'm a lord. And this after the dumbass piece of shit done got shit dumped on his head, and which was completely needless as well. Because I'm like, the shit eating fucking bitch face. I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed about this. This motherfucker could have just stepped to the side, and he would have not gotten hit with a bucket of shit. But he just had to stand there in shock. How dare you, as he gets shit on, literally. So, like, you know, fucking, you know, and then gets told to fuck off. So then I guess he's still malding about that or some shit, but like he starts a fucking fight in the village, and I tell him, bro, chill the fuck out, twice, and he just keeps fucking upping it on this guy. And eventually a fight breaks out. So I'm like, oh, God damn it. This piece of shit, this dumbass motherfucker done started a fight that I now have to finish. Unfortunately, after I knocked out a couple of dudes, the fuzz done showed up and fucking arrested us, and we got put in fucking pillories. Like I ain't even got the fucking words to describe. And then they made us be there overnight, right? Like, that's even worse, right? Like, fuck. And then we got hit with a bunch of rotten food in the face while the people fucking laughed at us. And listen, I'm just gonna be blunt and fucking honest. My Henry crashed the fuck out and just let Hans fucking have it, because the bitch-ass motherfucker deserved it. And then, oh, swords. We got a perk for swords. Ooh, if we full charge if we charge a heavy attack, we get +3 on the thing. Each successful combo reduces their stats. If I fight with a one-handed sword weapon and keep the other hand free, you get +5 bonus on the force. Oh, I've heard about that. If we can find a one-handed sword, apparently this is just cracked. And all sword-like weapons will just get 25% less damaged in combat. I do kind of feel like that's probably like because I don't know when I'll ever come across a short sword, but this is just good like in general right now because I'm having durability issues anyway. So anyway, going back to what I was talking about. My Henry just done fucking crashed the fuck out on Hans and is like, fuck you bitch ass motherfucker, and just fucking let him have it. And so he was mollified and he was just silent. And I've seen other playthroughs where where he talks about, my life went to shit and I've only just realized it. You need to shut up because I have to plan what to do, and I've just now realized that all my problems are because of you. And I was like, fuck that, you trash ass motherfucker. So I let that bitch ass know that I'm just like, all this shit is your goddamn fault, you pissant. Because if all you would have done is just kept your fucking head together and just done what we had to do, if you'd have just locked the fuck in, none of this would have been fucking happening. And I took that shit personally, every single one of you bitch motherfuckers in this town. I hope you know that you can kiss your goddamn local economy goodbye. Because I'm about to fuck this shit in the ass. No lube. Yeah, that's basically, that's like my Henry like crashed out like, but for real, you know? Like I didn't go start murdering people, but like the local shopkeeper, after I looked it over his wares, I'm like, okay, all right, cool. I got all the information, literally all the information I could out of him. And then that night I came back, stole his keys, jacked literally all of his shit, took all of it, took all his money, all his stuff, everything, fenced most of it. And yeah, no, I just left. You know what I mean? Although, well, I should say, not that night. Like, I came back later to do that because I did go, like, I made it to Samine and got Pebbles back. Not through duplicitous means. Like, I had to, unfortunately, I couldn't talk the guy into giving them back, so I had to purchase Pebbles, which that was ass. But there was a knight who was staying at the road camp who was like, oh, hey, I was a captive of Sigismund. And I was like, oh, wow, what's that like? And he's like, actually, they Stockholm syndromed me. Actually, Sigismund is the only competent one. And I'm just like, bitch, do you see what the fuck he is doing? How could you possibly say that you're the chivalrous fucking... And then I'm just like, you know what? Let me not speak. Because we're on opposite sides of this war, I just found out, right? This guy's an enemy combatant. So that one, I really did come back later that night, and I knocked him out. His buddy got up. Unfortunately, his buddy made me kill him. But he swung first, trying to kill me, and I was just like, I defended myself. Like, that's not even, like, cap. That's not even cope. That's just actually what happened, is he got up, started swinging, he upped the sword on me, and so I'm just like, hey, man, I got one too. And then he lost the fight. You know what I mean? He didn't even try to beg or nothing. He didn't even try to surrender. He just was like, he was just like, nah, man, I'm like that. And I'm just like, well, okay. You won't live by the sword, you're gonna die by the sword. You know what I mean? Like, that's actually what the situation was. Although admittedly, I'm pretty sure he was like defending his bro, but like, that's what I'm saying. Him and his party mate literally are like caping for Sigismund. So fuck them, right? They're literally on the other side of this war because I'm trying to restore Wenceslas, or whatever his name is, to the throne, apparently. Because I like literally was, apparently that's what Henry was doing the whole previous game, which I only vaguely understand, like, kind of. Then this is apparent. This story is apparently a direct continuation of that story. So I did go back and like watch it because I'm like I say, he's from that place Skavitz. Sigismund's army attacks. Sigismund's motherfuckers are the ones that killed the man who raised him, who apparently is not actually his dad. Apparently his dad is this guy Sir Radzig, who's alive and elsewhere. But it's just like, bro, I don't really know you. But like Martin, I knew him. He taught me to forge swords. And I'm still trying to get the family sword back from that Istvan Toth piece of shit, who, yeah, 100%, he's going to get it at some point. And I'm going to savor that because he turns out to be a massive cunt in the whole last game. And I'm just like watching the story breakdown of the whole first game. And I'm just like, oh, that is an ass whooping. I'm a saver. I am a saver beating that ass. Yeah. Crazy game. This game is insane. And I'm going to play the shit out of it. So... Carrying on from Sameen, I got Pebbles back because the knight had some stuff, and I was able to sell some of his stuff. Because apparently it's not like... Well, I made it to the Nomad camp where... Because I was trying to make a beeline for Tomcat, because apparently he knows sword skills, right? So I get there, there's a fence. So I sell all the stolen shit to the fence, right? And then I do the Sir Tomcat stuff. I get the Master Strike, which was, oh my god, like, I now have, like, the full combat mechanics of the game, basically. Like, I can do the intercepting parry, the chambering type thing. I can also actually block, parry, riposte, the whole thing. And I'm slowly but surely starting to realize, oh, wait a minute. That's how I kill people. Is I follow the way of the Jedi that fucking Luke was talking about. And it's like, get attacked, defend, but don't riposte, let them wear themselves out, and then go in and overwhelm them, right? And like get that last off, like Master Strike, and then like, you know, go in on like that way, right? And you're gonna kill people a lot faster that way. Plus, if I find somebody who has armor, I need to get a blunt weapon so that I can act, because there's so much of this game that's like based on historical real shit, right? Because this is basically much more of like a medieval simulator than it is like video game, you know what I mean? Video game logic, like approaching this as if it's like an typical RPG, is going to get you killed a lot, and you're going to have a bad time. Because the save system in this game, it's unique. It does leave something to be desired, but it is what it is. Anyway, so, but anyway, going back to the story, so all that happens, Tomcat happens, I come back, get Pebbles, you know. So now I've got a horse. Now I'm doing this. I did talk to the Voivode. Found out about his daughter. We're going to eventually track her down. But also, in the process of tracking her down, something happened to Pavlena, who is in the process of getting to Skavitz. We come across this old herbalist woman named Bojena. Salt of the earth, wonderful woman. Can't say enough good things about her. Love her to death. like, she's basically grandma, right? Okay. So this Henry's gonna go get cleaned up. Then, because now we have Mutt, so that's cool. And then we're gonna go finish getting our get back from Troskowitz.